Welcome to section 4. In this video you're going to download your finished page to keep safe as a design backup, do a bit of housekeeping and set up a privacy page. First though, before we do that, I'm just going to alter the colour of this link. I'm going to use a little bit of HTML, so go to text editor. In the content tab, go to the secondary smaller text tab, and if you put this bit of code in as so, it will make the link go white. It's called a span tag. You can look it up if you like. If you're not so bothered, you can just stick the code in and it'll do the trick. Save the change, obviously. Make sure you're happy with it, and then go back to update and you'll see save as template. I would call the template name what the page is. So in this case I've called it Home v Final because that's what it is. It's a final version of Home. If you then click on export, it should stick that down into your local disk space. Once you're done, exit to dashboard. Quick note on that download, I would rename it, call it what you called the page design, otherwise it'll have the date and Elementor in the file name. Next, go to media and go to library. What we're going to do here is just trim this file size, and we do that by altering the dimensions. So edit image, put in a new dimension. I'm going to go with 600. You can put anything you like in. If you just put in the first measure, the second one looks after itself, but if you look, that's reduced that by an orders of magnitude, so that's a lot lighter now. So I'll work my way through these images. As I say, you can choose what size. If you want to make them even smaller, the file sizes that is, and the dimensions, you can work it out. Just be conscious of checking the front end. As you can see here, the makeshift logo is not actually that heavy anyway, so we'll leave it. When you do check the front end, what you're checking is just if the image pixelates. Obviously, if you make the image dimensions so small that it gets stretched across the screen, it won't look so good. So just be conscious of that. This is a particularly heavy image at 692 kilobytes. I don't think that'll go sub 100k kilobytes, but it's a lot smaller than it was. Again, you can faff around. Ideally, you want them under 100 kilobytes, 80 to 100, under 80 to 100 ideally. So just be mindful of that. Next, if you go to Pages and All Pages, you will see a privacy policy draft page. Click on Edit, that comes with WordPress. Now, obviously you could design a page like this in Elementor. You would now have some of the knowledge you need to do that. If the Create a Single Page template will give you all the knowledge to start a page from a blank space. I would advise, if you're really are starting out, just use this one. You absolutely need to adapt this copy. You know, as you can see, analytics is showing there. Well, we've not put Google Analytics in, and we're not going to, so you can remove it as so. But you need to make this copy relevant and applicable to whatever your website's about. This is by no means, I'm not giving you advice on how to do that. That is very specifically about your compliance and how you treat data, particularly sensitive data. All these headings you may remove, you may adapt them, you may fill them in, but like I say, it's completely up to you to do that. Once you've got your copy sorted, be it with a specialist and some professional help, just alter the URL as I did there. I just took the dash policy off. You'll see, look, by doing that, the actual URL of the privacy page is the same as the one in the footer of our web page. Once you're happy with it, just check your site. We're getting near the end of the build now, so we've taken a design backup, you've renamed it so you know what it refers to in case you have more than one. Our privacy policy page works, and we've made sure our image files are as light as they can be.